If you knew exactly how long you were going to live, financial planning would be really easy. I'll often joke in my videos and I'll say, look, if you want to make sure you never run out of money, just work forever. But there's a real risk to that, which is you look back and go, I don't really think I needed $10 million. If I had 2 million or 3 million, I really could have done everything I wanted and more. So was it really worth it? In today's episode of Root Drops, where we're dropping little bits of knowledge, but not just we, meaning me or my partner James, as you see in many videos, but our actual lead advisors here at Root, you're about to experience some really cool insight. And I'm excited. Now, how do we actually determine what we talk about? They come from you guys. In our free community, the Root Collective, you can drop a question just like this one right here. So on my screen, you will see someone with the username Retire Early with the cute little Despicable Me character says, nobody knows how much time we have on this planet. However, there are calculators available that provide us with an estimate based off habits and stress and diet and family. He goes on to challenge you to fill out the questionnaire at livingto100.com and report back. And you can see people say, my expectancy is 96 to 100. Mine is 86 to 90, and so on. Sometimes we'll even receive a comment like the following on YouTube, which I actually got 41 minutes before this recording. And you can see TFX119 says, thanks, Ari, for covering this. I've saved and invested aggressively, and I was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, GBM, in my early 40s. I plan on donating to family and friends when I pass. Life throws you curveballs when you least expect it. So what we want to do today is really get a realistic time frame of, okay, how do people actually plan for retirement in terms of how long are they going to live? Yes, you don't want to plan conservatively to the nth degree where you go, I'm going to live till I'm 150, but you also don't want to plan in a way where it's not realistic. So let's get some insight from one of our lead advisors here at Root Financial. I'm here with JT. JT, any thoughts here?
Yeah, this is one of the most critical things that we figure out when we're creating a financial plan is how long does your money need to last? Because there's so many things we can't predict, which is when are we going to pass away? Like when it comes to Social Security filing, if you tell me when you're going to pass away, I'll tell you when to file because that's when we'll get the maximum benefit. We're less concerned about getting the maximum benefit out of Social Security and more getting the maximum benefit of the life that you've designed for yourself. So when it comes to planning, sure, we can look at all the calculators and our family history, our current health. Honestly, if you're retiring a little sooner, you're probably going to live a little longer because you don't have the stress of work wearing down your health over time. But we pick a baseline. Generally, that's about 90. Men have about a 30 to 40% chance of living to age 90. Women, it's a little bit higher, between 40 and 50. And we use that as our guide. Then we get into, well, what is your family history? Do you have a family history of longevity? Are you in one of those blue zones that I've watched and learned about on Netflix? Um, and from there, we react and we say, this is where we're at. We want to make sure your money lasts. Anything short of that is you living the life that you want to live. We do have some clients who say, JT, it's great. We can plan for 90, but there's no way I'm living past 80. And I kind of push back a little bit and I say, well, what if you do live to 90? Now we've spent all our money between now, whenever you've retired and age 80, and there's nothing left. It's like we're only surviving on Social Security at that point. So we want to try and thread the needle and live in this tension of let's not sacrifice life now, but let's at least plan for a little bit longer than we expect because what do you ultimately want with your money? What do you want it to do? You want to go to your beneficiaries, to a cause that's important to you. They will get it. It will be there for them. But you living your life now and maximizing this enjoyment of this dream retirement, whatever that is, we will do that. But we want to make sure that you're not sacrificing a life that you can live beyond when you're expecting to live. I have a client who we had this conversation about a shorter life expectancy, and all of a sudden they retire, and a year later they told me, JT, I'm no longer a diabetic because I retired and I changed my lifestyle. I was working from home, I wasn't snacking all day. Now I eat protein and vegetables, and I no longer struggle with diabetes. And I was like, this is incredible. It's possible to change your life expectancy to some degree because it's possible to change your health. And so we want to plan for more longevity than we may be necessarily comfortable with or expecting, because there is life that you can live, which means in the case of my client who changed their health and no longer struggles with diabetes, they can live more life now. So we can spend more now. And how long can we plan for that life that's more full than what they planned on originally? And so we live in this balance because the earlier you retire, the longer your money needs to last. And so you're more subject to likely more market fluctuations than someone who retires later, who's pulling from their portfolio later. So we want you to maximize your life. We don't want you to feel like you have to check out at any point. We want you living a full life and living a full life at the same time.
Guys, I hope you just heard that literally. And some of you don't even recognize the stress you're in because you've been working for the last 30 or 40 years. You're like, yeah, this is just what life is. And then all of a sudden you realize, wait, I'm walking every day. I'm now playing pickleball. I'm now able to actually spend time on what matters most with who matters most. That's the power of good planning. So I hope you really resonated with that comment from JT. JT is one of our lead advisors at Root Financial. If you're interested in working with someone like JT because you resonate with the way he explains things and you go, hey, I think I'd really like that guy. I think my spouse would resonate. I think we want to work with someone so we can spend our time doing what we care about most. That's what we do here at Root Financial. In the upper right of our website, you'll see a little button that says, see if you're a fit. If you click on that, you'll be prompted to answer just a few questions. And if it makes sense, we'll then get to talk to you very soon. Thanks, guys. Now, here's my only request. We put all this content out there for free. Please like this. Please share this with someone you want to retire early with, and comment below if you're watching the Blue Zone show on Netflix and if that resonated with you. See you guys.